Hi to you all, it's Laura here from Space Within. I hope you're well. I'm here today as usual with one of my little video messages for you. These little gifts, stuff that I record as life offers me a lesson, things that I turn into these videos to share with you in the hope that you get the opportunity to learn from the message too. And today is a really simple one. If you've been watching these videos for a while, then this won't surprise you because mainly they are pretty simple. But today is possibly the simplest I've ever recorded, actually. So it's about the breath. It's about the breath, about breathing. And there's so much I could say on this topic, so much I could say on this subject. We could spend days just learning, weeks, months probably, just learning how to reconnect with our breath. So I think it's a topic that I'm going to come and talk to you a little bit more about. But today I just want to share something really simple with you. And that's really a question. And the question is, how do you breathe? How are you with your breath? How connected are you with your breath, and how is it? So this might sound really simple, but it's actually a really huge topic and a really huge subject. It has connection to emotional health, mental well-being, physical health, levels of stress, our attitudes and how we kind of form our thinking, how we relate to the stuff that's gone on in our lives in the past, be that good stuff or the more traumatic stuff. It's such a rich seam, and the breath has so much to teach us. What happens to us though as human beings is that despite being born knowing how to breathe, life very quickly gets in the way. And when we're born knowing how to breathe, after years, certainly when we become an adult, we've kind of forgotten how to do it. So a baby, for example, is born doing what they call diaphragmatic breathing, right? Breathing from the belly. The diaphragm is actually a muscle whose purpose is to support the breath, the flow of breath into the body. And yet when we reach adulthood, most of us have forgotten how to use it. So for example, we breathe into our chest, so we shallow breathe and our breath stays up here. There are lots of consequences to that, too many even to share today, but just a few to give you a little bit of insight. When we shallow breathe into our chests, we kind of stay in that fight or flight response in our body. So we essentially kind of overload our body with cortisol. It's one of the primary stress hormones in the body, and shallow breathing makes the cortisol level in the body stay high. So ultimately we stay in kind of fight or flight for a long time. We stay in a place of stress, a place of readiness to fight, a place of readiness to run. And that's a really useful place to be as a human, but it's certainly not a state that we were designed to live in permanently. And the breath, when it's in the chest, contributes to that. What also happens when we breathe in our chests is that we breathe with our shoulders. So we use our shoulders to propel the breath through our body rather than using our diaphragm, that muscle whose job it is to support the breath going into the body and out of the body. And so when we breathe and we have to use our shoulder muscles to propel the breath, we hunch forward. So this is one of the reasons why many of us have bad backs, stiff necks, aching shoulders, often chronic pain in that area of the body. So by breathing shallow and breathing into your chest, you're also not helping the kind of skeletal structure of your body to operate in the way that it's destined to and meant to at its best. So the other thing we also do is hold our breath. We tend to breathe and then pinch the breath and then exhale and pinch the breath. And so everywhere I go, I see people that are doing this, that are breathing, and they're breathing really shallow, and they're also breathing and they're pinching the breath and holding the breath. And again, that just contributes to these levels of stress hormone in the body and various other things. Stuff I could say more about to you on another day. So it's a big topic, and that's why I share it with you, because we're always looking for ideas that are out there of things that can help us and can make us more well. And the reality is most of what we need we already have. I've spoken to you guys about this before when I've talked about things like nature and our connection to it. And the breath is such a wonderful example of that. You're born knowing how to breathe. It's the first thing you do in the world, and it's the last thing you do before you leave it. So how amazing is that the breath stays with you for your whole life and you already know how to do it. So today, what I'm going to suggest is that you quite simply just begin to notice your breath. Don't do anything about changing it. You don't need to worry about getting it right. This is not about doing it right or wrong or being perfect or any of that. But it's this amazing tool that you have potential to connect with at a deeper level that will make you more well, more content, more connected, all of that stuff. So for now, I invite you to simply notice, how is your breath and where is your breath in your body? What's going on for you with respect to your breathing? I'm going to follow this up with some lessons around breath and perhaps some more information around breath. And as I'm speaking, what I'm kind of formulating is that it would be useful to perhaps share some other tools with you all about the breath and how you can access it in a deeper and different and more useful way for yourself. So watch this space for that. For now, breathe easy, enjoy connecting with that wonderful life source that you have inside you, and I'll be back soon. Take care. Bye.